Happy Friday, guys. Cheers. Ah, shit tastes like ass. Not really, that tastes pretty good. Yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a little story time today. Looking at me, you'd probably think I've been on a bulk for a number of years. But actually, I've been on the opposite. I've been cutting for about 2 years now, maybe? Just about. And I was 400 pounds twice actually. I got to 400 pounds twice. First time I had it, lost it, got down to about 330. Was feeling good about myself and just kind of stopped because I had lost 70 pounds. And I was like, cool, this is easy, I can keep going. I didn't need to keep counting calories anymore or any of those shenanigans that you do when you lose weight. And I shot back up to 400 pounds, which is actually really easy to do, especially if you're doing one of those fad diets like keto or carnivore or whatever kind of odd diet that takes a macro out of your nutrition, and once you kind of put that back in, it kind of shoots back up. So that was the first time. The second time was 2 years ago. I was 400 pounds, and I remember I got a scale and I tried to weigh myself, and it was one of those home scales, and most home scales don't go above 350 to 375. So I had to go to my job that had an industrial scale and hop on that scale, and it told me I was roughly around 400 pounds. And I had to diet until I get back down to 375 before I could use my home scale. And yeah, I've just been cutting for 2 years. I'm at 260 right now, which is great. I lost 140 pounds, and I am tired of dieting. It's not that I'm tired of not eating. I'm curious in bulking to see how much muscle I can actually put on. According to some of my scales that I have now that I can use, because I'm obviously under 400 pounds, I have 29% body fat, and my muscle mass without, it says like skeletal, excuse me, fat-free body weight is 188 pounds. So if I were to be completely fat-free, I'd be 188 pounds of muscle, which is fucking amazing. But I know I can go higher than that. So I got 10 more pounds to go to 250. And when you've been losing weight for so long, I can't just go start bulking again right away, because that would probably make me gain a whole bunch of fat. So then I have to go into a maintenance phase for, technically, if you've been doing a dieting phase for 2 years, I probably should do a maintenance phase for about 2 years. But I did take a little bit of a break off, because I was 400. I got down to about 270 last year, and I wasn't really dieting as much anymore. I was still going to the gym consistently, watching what I eat. I probably was in my maintenance phase now that I think about it. And recently this year, or last year in September, I recommitted myself to my fitness journey, because dieting is hard. I don't know if any of you guys are out there dieting right now, but I feel you. That shit's hard. Like, going to places and they have yummy food and you're like, I can't have that. Or whatever is going on, like your girl wants to go get cookies and you're like, fuck, I can't have that. Or, you're just hanging out, Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, all that shit. It's really hard, and it takes a lot of willpower not to put the food down your throat, because shit, I love food. You don't get the 400 pounds twice without loving food. I've always been big my whole entire life. I remember my freshman year, tried out for football, and I really went to the doctor. I don't remember what I said before that, but I stepped on the scale. They brought a physician to my high school to give us like the body fat, like they kind of like grabbed you and said, oh, you have this much body fat and all that stuff. But they had you hop on a scale, and the scale said I was 326 at 14 years old. I maintained that weight pretty much all the way up until junior year, when I wanted to start wrestling. And for those who wrestle, there is no super heavyweight class in high school, so I had to get down to 285. I got down to 285 at the end of my junior year, so I never got to actually compete in I competed in one real match my junior year, and I got my ass kicked because I didn't have any real live experience on the mat, so I was a little nervous. And then my senior year, I stood at 285, and then long time ago, I'm trying to think about this. senior year, 285. The lowest I ever seen the scale go was 259. That's the lowest I've seen the scale go in fucking forever. Because right now I'm 262, so I still have 3 pounds to go to beat my lowest weight from high school when I was 18. And again, after high school, fucking love food. 326 at 14 years old, fucking shot right back up. So yeah, I want to bulk. I want to see how big I can get. Be considering doing bodybuilding. I have, again, I think I have naturally gifted genetics. 6'4", always been big. Honestly, ironically, most bodybuilders are 5'11", so I'm actually too tall to be a bodybuilder. Not too tall, but I have to put on a lot more muscle to fill out like my joints, because I have more joint space, or more like space for my muscle to grow. So yeah, hopefully I can hit this 250 soon. Go into a maintenance phase for probably about 3 to 4 months, and that's just kind of eating what I want, making sure I'm within my macros. You know, weigh yourself consistently to make sure what I'm eating is not making me gain weight or lose weight, because I want my body to get used to the 250 weight for a few months, and then I'm gonna bulk up, baby, because I just want to see how big I can get. I think that should be the goal for any guy, is to see how big you can get. I'm gonna do it naturally. I say that now. Maybe I'm 32. Maybe by the time I'm 40, I might dabble in like TRT. But for right now, I have no problem putting on muscle or maintaining muscle. So yeah, I'm gonna get fucking big. But I'm at Planet Fitness now, guys. I'm gonna go hit some quads, get them babies nice and fucking toasted, and I'll see you after. Another day, another good quad workout. I used to avoid my legs all the time, especially because about 3 years ago I was in a car accident. I was rear-ended sitting at a red light, and someone smashed into me, and my left leg got pushed up to where my hip kind of tore my labrum. So that obviously sucked, so I stopped doing legs after that. Went through a whole bunch of physical therapy. The only thing that was going to help me was getting surgery, where they removed a 1/4-inch piece of bone from my hip and shaved my socket down, so I have good mobility. And did physical therapy again. You know, it was kind of helping. I was continuously going to the gym the whole entire time, and I kind of skipped legs. I think most people skip legs. I was skipping legs because of the injury, and ironically, skipping legs because of the injury caused my pain to be even worse. So I skipped legs. Now I'm back on my legs. I do legs, lower back frequently, and my pain is pretty much subsided. So if you have an injury, don't take my word for it 100%, but if you consult with your doctor, if you have an injury in your legs and you're avoiding working out your legs because it hurts, I would say push through the pain unless it's completely unbearable, and eventually it should start to feel better. Like I don't have any pain anymore in my leg like where I was having it. It would start in my left hip, and kind of what happens when you have an acute pain like that is the rest of the muscles around there try to pick up that slack, and my lower back would just be in knots where I feel like I couldn't move. But since working out my legs, I really don't squat as much as I should. I've been doing more isolation exercises like leg presses, hamstring curls, leg extensions, hip abduction machines, and it's helped. I think my legs are probably strong enough now to squat where I won't feel any pain. I actually attempted a squat today, not a traditional squat. I did a sissy squat, which the name is super misleading because you are not a sissy doing these squats. These squats suck so bad. That's where you kind of put more pressure on your quads. You kind of bend your knees forward and you just totally use your quads, and it sucks. Only the 5 sets of that with the Smith machine, and only the bar, like no weight on it. Sometimes it can be a little embarrassing at the bar, especially when you're doing like rehab stuff and it's very low weight. But forget the haters. Don't pay attention to them, because they don't know you. They don't know your story. So just keep doing what makes you feel good. Put your headphones in, keep your head down, and just kind of like plow through your workout, and you should be good. But yeah, did that. So 5 sets of sissy squats, then 6 sets of leg extensions for 15 reps with the 160 pounds, which is not a lot, but I skipped my legs for so long that they're not as strong as they used to be. If you listen to my previous video, I used to be 400 pounds, so my legs are actually pretty strong. When you look at someone who weighs a lot, like those people that are like my 600 pound life, those people that are 600, 700, 800 pounds and can still walk around, their legs are ridiculously strong because they have to be able to support that body weight. So my legs are still relatively strong from having to carry around that body weight, and plus did a lot of football and wrestling, lots of squats when I was younger. So yeah, 160 again. So some people that might be a lot of weight, to some people that might be not a lot of weight at all. But do what you feel comfortable with. Do what you can move efficiently and control the weight. You know, don't bro rep the shit out. You know, you can explode up, but on the way down on the eccentric, you want to really milk that stretch out. So did 6 sets of those, and then I went over to the hip abduction machine. That's where you squeeze it, and that really sucks. That really hits that inside part of your muscle here. If you're doing a lot of squats, you really don't need to do the hip abduction machine, because squats kind of hit all that area, but I'm avoiding squats for the moment. My next mesocycle, I'll probably put squats back in there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do low bar squats or high bar squats. If anyone has any recommendations for previous hip injuries and what types of squats I can do, you know, I'm always open to advice. Will I follow it? I don't know, but you're more than willing to tell me, and we'll see what we do from there. I think that's key when weightlifting, is you have to kind of be receptive to information. You know, let people talk, tell you the information. If it makes sense to you, then it makes sense to you. Of course, vet it. Internet's a great tool from trusted people, trusted sources. And yeah, my legs are cooked. This is session 1. I'm gonna go home, eat some food, probably make some eggs and eat some rice and chicken, rest for about an hour, and then get back at it with the barbell chest day. Go to a different gym than Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness doesn't have free weights, so that kind of sucks. But there's another gym by me that does have free weights, and me and my brother are gonna go and kill our chest and see how it goes from there. But I'm about to pull up to my house, so I'll catch you guys later.